Hey guys, what's going on? So, the update has dropped here. We're going to be checking out some of the new Astromons that have come from this update. Mainly, we're going to be focusing on the natural 2 stars. We're going to clump all the natural 2 stars into one video. Going to quickly go over them. I'm not going to give gym guide builds unless they are like a really good one. I'm assuming most of these aren't going to be that great, so I'm just going to look at them, give my first impressions and thoughts on them, and then we're going to move on because we do have like, I don't know, 4, 5, or 6 different natural 2-star Astromons, and with at least 3 different elements. I think Pip was it? Or Tip, something. One of those Astromons has a light element at least, maybe a dark as well. So of course we're trying to get through them quickly. Here, I guess there are only 4. You can see these 4. Most of the other natural 2 stars I have farmed already, so they're not lit up, of course. But it's just these 4 here. Pin, that's what it was. We're going to start with the fire Pin. What the hell is this? Already we have a pretty crazy natural 2-star here. The only other natural 2-star with this powerful of a morale boost, I believe, is Sporefist. Sporefist has this as well. And what's interesting, he must be a single target active. It says ramming into the enemy. I cannot imagine that he would have a practically 100% attack down for 2 turns AoE, and then being able to do that every other turn because of the morale boost. So this is already a very good Astromon, at least for Titans. Of course, his stats aren't really going to match up. I'm talking way too long on this one element of this one Astromon, I know. But I hate to say this, but hopefully they're not all this special, because this one is very special. I assume he's single target, so probably best for actually Titans, because there is only the one Titan there. Maybe for some other things as well, but can be very useful in Titans for that attack down. The weird thing is, though, he is a defender and needs crit, because there's critical hits, so the stats being a natural 2-star and the fact you need critical on there, it might make him a little bit less useful, but overall, still very interesting. Since he is interesting, I am going to recommend crit rate, defense, HP. Give him some good survivability, and also the crit rate, of course. I decided, in case I ramble on too long about one Astromon, we're going to do all the elements of one Astromon first, in case I want to cut it a little bit short. So we're looking at water Pin now. We got an 80% 1-turn attack down and 60% 2-turn blind. Not the best skills, wouldn't really go for him. It's okay, but light Kilobat is better as far as attack down is concerned. Might be okay for the Fire Titan specifically, because he will have the elemental advantage there. I don't even want to look at Wood Pin because I hate his skills already. 60% 2-turn fatigue, 80, yep, okay, moving on. Here we have the light Pin, which is actually a natural 3-star. We have 80% 2-turn taunt and 100% 30% of own HP. Again, it's not really that great. I think some golems can be taunted and stuff. He is a defender, so of course taunt goes well with him. And then, you know, Adrenaline being on the active, it's okay, but just from a first impression standpoint, he looks kind of meh. I know he'll be like an event Astromon, and they'll give us a light one, so might be worth building for some special things, but overall not too special. We do also have a dark one here. Not sure how to get that. Maybe it'll be a part of the event, but I haven't read anything about it. Ooh, wow, there's a completely new skill here called Vengeance. Increases attack in proportion to the amount of health lost. Is he a tank? Maybe that wouldn't matter. It's probably like a percentage, I can imagine. But he may definitely be worth it. He is a dark attacker, which I always like to see. A very powerful morale boost, and you want to get that critical on there anyway, and then Vengeance. I don't know if there are any cool nerds out there that have done the calculations already for Vengeance, but depending on how powerful that is, could add a whole new little mix there. So, Vengeance. I didn't read anything about that until just now. For him, I'd probably go with the general crit rate attack HP build on the Ruin set. So that's basically it for the Pin. Fire and Dark seem build worthy. The rest kind of seem meh to me, but who knows? Leave your comments down below if you disagree. Next, we're moving on to Otari. It looks like he is a defense breaker. 80% 2-turn defense down is very good for a 3-star skill, and then we have 60% 2-turn blind. So just for the defense down, I'd say he's very good. Almost as good as Water Shelly, but Water Shelly is a top tier natural 3-star. I love him to death. So even getting close to Shelly level, you know, gotta give him credit. Blind, never really was a fan of it, but it's there. Now we're looking at the Water Otari. Looks like a sapper. 60% 1 sap for 2 turns, that's pretty horrible. And then on the active, 80% 1-turn attack break. Not good at all, not worth building in my opinion. Moving on to the wood one. Here we got 2 versions of stun, 60%, 80%. Bad, would not recommend building. There are way better stunners out there, some NAT4s, even that Evo 2 would be better than an Evo 3 this dude. So definitely not worth it. I'm not sure if these guys have light or dark versions, I kind of doubt it, but we're going to check anyway. Otari does, at least. Oh, and so does Mino. Mino. They might all have, well, no, I think there's at least one that doesn't. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go ahead and check out them as well. They're natural 3 stars, so they'll have a little bit better stats. This one is okay. Morale boost I always like, and Predator is pretty cool as well. Man, we got the light and dark lats there. I'm excited to review those. Usually I can judge by the 5-star skill if they're single target or not, but in his case I can't really, so maybe on Dark's version we can, but he's an okay Astromon, you know. Is he an attacker? Yeah, of course. I'd probably just go with the general crit rate, attack HP on the Ruin set build for him. It's a little bit weird because he doesn't really need crit rate, but he is a light type, so he'll have natural 20%. Maybe just do intuition with some decent crit subs and go like attack HP or something like that. That'd probably also be fine, but we're gonna be moving on to the dark one now. Here we have an attack break, it looks like. Most likely a single target because 100% chance, no crit needed for 2 turns. That sounds like a single target. And then we have 80% 2-turn attack break, which is also very, very good. So he, I would say, is definitely worth building. He's a defender, and I would go full defense on him with HP defense. I know Blind did get a bit of a buff, which now reduces crit damage as well, so he would probably be very good for the Dark Titan. And now with the changes to Light Titan as well, even though he will take more damage, he will be pretty tanky as well. So Light Titan, Dark Titan, single targets are usually best in Titans, but can probably be used in a lot of other places as well. So Dark for me is probably the best one. Fire is also definitely pretty decent. Building you a little combo of Fire and Darks, if possible, would be pretty good for your source of defense and attack breaks. Well, defense breaks I would still go to Water Shelly in most cases, but he is a fire type, so I'm not sure if there are any really good fire natural 2-star defense breakers, except him now. But anyway, we're going to be moving on to Garor now. Right off the bat, we see Petrification. 80% 1 turn. It's, you know, it's okay. If you're manually controlling, it can kind of be like a stun. And a 30% of own HP when attacking. It's just I wouldn't build him, not really. For a NAT2, he's not special enough with his like bad base stats. Here we got the water one, let's check it out. 20% of own HP, and then allies HP, 20% of his own HP. Well, that is actually pretty damn powerful. This is most likely another single target, because otherwise it would be 10% like someone like Wood Valkyrie, which is a natural 5-star, so probably another single target active here. Tank, which is good, has a lot of HP. Still, for the low base stats, I probably wouldn't build it. Looking at the wood one now, 30% of own SP and 80% 2-turn petrification. Again, assuming he's single target, that's not as good as it sounds, so I probably wouldn't bother with it. Gonna be moving on to the light one now. I don't think, yeah, this is the one that doesn't have light or dark, I guess, right now. Okay, so we're done with him. So it looks like the last one on the list is gonna be Mino. Starting off with the fire one, we got, 50% own SP back on a critical hit, and increases critical hit damage by 100% when attacking wood Astromons. So kind of a niche Astromon here, only to be used in places with wood Astromons, which he might fall fairly commonly into since he is a fire Astromon. Also, he is an attacker, but he does need crit rate, and being a natural 2-star, that doesn't leave much room for survivability, because if you want him to do decent damage, you're gonna have to give him at least 1 attack gem, get his crit rate high, give him the ruin set, and maybe 1 survivability gem, and then, you know, being a natural 2-star, even at Evo 3, he's not going to have the best survivability, unlike something like Light Kilobat, where it's a defender, you can spend all 3 of your gems on survivability gems, so then, yeah, it's very survivable, but I don't know. Good skills, not sure if he has the stats to back them up. Oh, okay, is this how it's going to go? Are they all going to be like that? These are like the Beths, I guess, sort of. He is also an attacker though, same skills actually, just with fire element this time, and let's just go ahead and check wood real quick, because my opinions are always going to be the same with that skill set, and him being a natural 2-star, yeah, okay. If you have really awesome gems, like with amazing substats, you probably could get him to do a ton of damage in his optimal areas, of course, and maybe survive decently well if you have a good passive healer, but for most people I would say he's not really worth going for unless you're like really late into the game and you just want a few nukers in there, maybe for Titan or so, then yeah, he could be pretty good there. Could be he's single target again because of how high the crit damage increases. I can imagine it does say the enemy instead of the enemies. I think he also has a light and dark type. Did I see that right or no? Yeah, there he is. Oh, but he's also a natural 2-star, not a natural 3-star, with the same abilities again. So yeah, same opinions there. I kind of figured it would be like that. Maybe they threw a trick in here and the dark one is actually a NAT5 and has different skills. Nope. But yeah, I guess that's actually it for the new natural 2-stars. I don't think I'm missing any. I know there are some natural 3-stars in there that I haven't gone over, some new natural 3-stars, but there's definitely not enough time in one video to go over all the new ones. So natural 2-stars, then I'll probably do the natural 3-stars, then I'll do the natural 4-stars separately. Natural 4-stars, I definitely like to go more in depth, more in detail, detail, talk about their skill sets and where they could be used and all that. But with natural 2 stars, I went in knowing most of them wouldn't really be that useful, and I was actually surprised that a lot of them are useful and do have their uses. And just a quick recap of those: Fire Otari for his high 2-turn defense down chance on the 3-star, Fire Pin for his guaranteed 2-turn attack down on a critical on his active, good for Titans. Literally none of the wood ones were good though. Light Otari isn't really specifically useful for anything, but probably good all-rounder for earlier players. Light Pin has its uses as well, probably again not really for much later players, but decent. Dark Otari for its high 2-turn attack down, and Dark Pin depending on how powerful Vengeance is, but it is a new skill, so automatically gets kind of thrown in there with the good ones. And there actually wasn't as many as I initially thought, just I guess more than I first expected, because I expected maybe one to be good out of the bunch, but hey, there were quite a few. And I know I didn't go over variants this time. That's because that was on purpose. Variants to me aren't very important, especially not when I have to do like 15 plus Astromons. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about them down in the comments below. It's always cool to see new Astromons getting thrown into the mix, so looking forward to reviewing the others. Make sure to drop a like down below if you did enjoy, would really appreciate it. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time. Give him some good survivability, and give him some good survivability, and also